Hi friends, welcome to my channel, Yaya's Heart Tarot. Today is Monday, September 19th, and I'll be bringing you Monday messages. These are messages to help you make the most of the week ahead, to maybe ward off any challenges that you might run into, or at least deal with them, and how to maximize the blessings that come to you this week. So we're going to do 2 readings today. Both readings will be linked in the description box below with the timestamp. So once you decide on your reading, you can just click on the timestamp and it will take you directly to the start of that reading. Let me show you the groups that we're going to have today. I'm going to do this a little bit different than I usually do. We've got candle holders today to define our groups. So group 1 is going to be the Palladium candle holder, which is a silver candle holder. That didn't work so well. Let's try another match. It is a pewtery silver candle holder. There we go. And group number 2 is the white and blue candle holder. Light another match. Group number 2 is the white and blue candle holder. Traditionally, lighting a candle calls in spirit, and that should help us to bring in messages for our reading today. So, again, group number 1 is the Palladium candle holder, and group number 2 is the white and blue candle holder. So take some time to focus on the 2 groups and decide which one calls to you. And once you've made your decision, just drop down and click on the timestamp, and I will see you at your reading. Hi, group number 1. This is your reading, the Palladium candle holder. The first messages that we would like to get Spirit, please, are the energy, the general energy for group number 1 going into their week. What is their energy this week? What is the energy of their week? Okay. So we got the 5 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. So you've got a lot of passionate energy this week, a lot of fiery energy, a lot of creative energy. However, the energy that you're dealing with, you have this passion and this creativity that is perhaps the core of your nature, or at least a vital part of who you are. But this week, that energy is going to be not working quite right. You're going to be a little discombobulated. There's going to be some things that you may try that don't work the way you would like them to. You're going to have maybe some amazing ideas, but they just don't pan out. Or you're going to jump into something with both feet, and it is going to just go awry, or maybe just break down. And this is going to happen pretty quickly. So yeah, that's the energy that you're going to be dealing with this week. You have this great creativity, you've got these exciting ideas, but they're not going to work out the way you think they will. And in part, that could be because you're not putting enough forethought into the ideas before you just jump right in and start trying to make them work. So yeah, that could be the energy that you're dealing with this week. A lot of creativity and passion and fieriness, but not enough planning ahead of time might end up making those things, whatever that is that you're throwing yourself into, just not work out the way you might hope. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. And could you please tell Group 2 what sort of challenges they might face this week? What are the challenges that might come up for Group 2 this week? Challenges for Group 2 for their week. Okay. So we've got the Nine of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Prince of Cups. Okay, so so the challenges that might come up for you this week is that when this situation doesn't pan out the way that you want it to, you might want to just cut and run. You might get really, really frustrated and angry or sad because you just had this great, great, exciting vision and you were so invested in it. And then when it didn't turn out, you might just dump the whole thing. You might just say, screw it, I'm out of here. I don't even want to pursue this. I hate this. This should have been something amazing and it just didn't work out, and just this huge ball of frustration. And you might just like I said, just cut and run. You might just dump the whole project and just wash your hands of it. So that might be the challenge that you might be facing this week, is that the letdown or the frustration from whatever this is not working might really challenge your emotions. Spirit, thank you for those messages. And what is some help that Group 1 can tap into? What is some help that they can tap into this week? Okay. So we got the Four of Swords, we got the Princess of Swords, we got the Aeon card, which is also the Judgment card, the Tower, the Ace of Discs, and the Six of Discs. Okay, so the help that you can tap into this week is taking a step back before everything collapses. The help for you is to get a higher vantage point and take a look at the situation before it goes completely awry, before it crashes down. Slow down, plant your feet, and really take a look at what this is that you're trying to do. And if things start not working very well, again, stop. Don't go to the point where everything just falls apart. You need to find a balance. When things start to not work, if things start to not work for you in whatever it is that you're trying to do, at that point, rather than continuing to press on because you're so invested in this idea, you're so invested in this amazing whatever this is that you're creating or spearheading or pushing forward or whatever it is, when you feel it start to go awry at the very beginning of it starting to go off the rails, stop and reassess. Look at it in a different light. See if you can create something that is even more amazing, that will work out. So that's where you can turn for help this week. Just be very aware of when things start to, just when they barely start to not work out, when something even feels just a little bit hesitant or a little bit stuck. Or on the flip side, when things start feeling a little bit frantic. Whenever you start to feel that feeling that this isn't quite right, this isn't quite going the way that it should or that I hoped for, when you hit that point, rather than keeping going as you are to the point that everything just explodes, stop, pull back, reassess the situation, reassess the project, reassess the plan, whatever, and make some adjustments, change it around a little bit, turn it into something new, something that is even better than it was before. Because now that you've hit that spot where things are starting to not work out quite right, you know what led to that. So you have got some insight, this higher view that I talked about. You've got some insight into what isn't going to work that you didn't have when you started. So you can make this even better by slowing down at this point and reassessing things and tweaking it a little bit to make it even better, to account for whatever this problem is ahead of time. Spirit, thank you. Thank you for that message. And where should Group 1 focus? Where should Group 1 place their focus this week? I think that means we need a different deck. So let's see. Let's get these little guys. Where should Group 1 focus this week to get the best out of their week, the most out of their week? Where should they place their focus? Okay, this is crazy. Not a lot of cards, well, not a lot of my decks anyway, call the Judgment card the Aeon card. But we now have drawn 2 cards that have it printed actually on here. The Aeon, this one says Judgment and the Aeon. Where your focus needs to be is how to make this project even better. The 7 of Wands. Again, taking a higher perspective. Getting an overarching look at the whole project. All of the variables, sort of the complete package, not just the piece that you're working on. Get a higher perspective of that and change things around to make whatever it is that you're working on or spearheading or planning, whatever it is that you're doing, get a higher perspective early on in the week. Take a look at the whole project. Especially if something starts not working quite right, step back, look at the big picture, and then switch things up to make this, to progress this or change this or create something even better. So that's where you should place your focus this week. Spirit, thank you for that message. And what should Group 1 shut out or shut down or avoid this week? What should they stay away from? What should they avoid in order to make their week the best they can? Okay. Interesting. Okay, we got the Hierophant, we got the Star, and we got the 3 of Pentacles. And this is what you should avoid this week. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so you should work on your own. Well, maybe not on your road, but you should avoid people telling you what to do. You need to shut down anybody who tries to take over the project, somebody else who brings in their dream and tries to change things for you or tries to force you to change things. That's what you should shut down this week. You need to make this your own in order for it to be what you want it to be, and in order for it to work properly. You're going to need to do it on your own. and I'm sorry, let me back up again. You don't need to do it on your own, but you need to be the architect of this, whatever it is. It needs to be yours. So if people come in and start throwing their 2 cents in, putting their hat in the ring, trying to tell you how to fix it, trying to tell you how to do it, how to make it better, whatever, you need to shut that down, or at least ignore it, and keep to your own focus. But going back to the previous message we've had, that focus has got to be flexible. But it needs to be flexible in that it's still your idea. Okay, so that's what they're telling us that you need to avoid this week, is letting other people take over whatever this is for you, and you need to do it yourself. You need to make it your own. So Spirit, thank you for those messages. And what is the outcome for this week? What is the outcome for Group 1? What is the outcome of their week? Okay, we don't need that many cards. Let's just have a few, please. What's the outcome for the week for Group 1, please? Okay, so we got the Justice card, we got the 7 of Swords, we got the Prince of Cups. This is confusing. Well, the 7 of Swords tells me that there's going to be something that you miss, but that it will balance out. Spirit, please, can we have some clarification on the Prince of Cups? What's the Prince of Cups here for? Princess of Pentacles. Oh, okay. Well, these are people. These are actual people then. This could be you, an emotional, a passionate person who drives forward. This probably is you, this Prince of Cups. And the Princess of Pentacles. The Princess of Pentacles, this is going to be someone who's really good with resources, who is really talented in finding what you need, in knowing how to put things together. So this is someone that you can call on to help you bring this project together. Not someone that's going to be the idea person. You're still going to be the idea person. This is you. You're this passionate individual who's going to move forward with this idea. But this person is going to be someone that you can call in to help you put it all together. So once you have the idea, once you've got that fire lit, once you have refined whatever it is that's not going to work, this is going to be someone who's going to come in and they're going to help you to put things together, because there's going to be something that you're missing. There's going to be something that you don't have or you don't see. There's going to be a piece of the puzzle that's still not quite fitting right. So what you need to do is you need to call this person in. You need to look this person up. This is the IT person in the office to make the computer program run correctly, or it's the purchasing individual, or it's your best friend who can put an outfit together like nobody's business. Whoever this person is, this is someone that you know, and this is someone who could pull together all of the resources, and that might even be people. That can be people, that can be stuff, that can be ideas, but they can pull together all of the earthly bits that you need to put together to make this project work. They might even be a money person. If this project is something that requires some input, some funds, they might be someone who's willing to invest. But so for the outcome of this week to come about properly, you need to partner up with this individual, or at least call them in for help, because there's something that you're missing. There's something that you are either you can't figure out or you don't have. And so once you put all of this together, once you bring this individual in, then everything is going to balance out. Everything's going to weigh out. It's going to come into balance, and it's going to work. So that's the outcome for the week. And that was a cool reading, you guys. I love that one. We pulled an oracle card ahead of time, so let's take a look and see what the oracle card is. And the oracle card that we got is the Holy Grail. Inner discovery, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. Okay, so I would say that is a good indication that whatever this project is that you're working on, you've got the fire to do it. You've got what you need to accomplish whatever this is. You're what everybody's looking for. So let's see what the book says about it. If I can find it, if I can spell and alphabetize. There we go. The Holy Grail has been a mystery for thousands of years. Many people believe that it was the cup that Jesus drank from at the Last Supper, or that it was used to collect his blood at the crucifixion. Let's see if I can get that so you can see it. It's a beautiful card. While others believe that it was a person, possibly Mary Magdalene, it's also been described as a stone, a dish, and a cauldron. The energy of this card is strongly related to the physical space, which is the Chalice Well in Glastonbury, to a physical space, which is the Chalice Well in Glastonbury, southwest England, a sacred garden where many go to connect with the great goddess and discover the mysteries within. As a gateway, the Holy Grail is the cup of our heart, which we can allow to be filled by source light so that we are overflowing with divine love. The energy that we call into the Holy Grail is the feminine energy of Source. The fierce yet grateful light that inspires us to dance to the sacred rhythm of light. This gateway therefore encourages us to stop searching outside of ourselves for truth and go within to realize that we've had everything we've been searching for the whole time. It's like inviting the divine in, but knowing that it's already there before we asked. So, your message is you have been on a great quest, seeking, searching, discovery. But the further you've gone, the more your heart has called you back. You may still be looking for treasure, but you are now discovering that all the roads lead back to you. So, you've got whatever you need to pull together whatever this is that you're doing. Just keep your emotions in check. Call in whatever resources that you need. And don't ever doubt your vision for this, because you are the vision. So this is you. This whole thing is you. So there's the reading for your week. I hope that I hope that it helps you going forward through your week. Like I said, this has been really a fun reading. So thank you so much for letting me do this reading with you. And I hope to see you again real soon. And I hope you have a great week. Bye-bye. Hi, Group 2. This is your reading, the blue and white candle holder. The first message that we'd like to get, Spirit, is the energy going into the week for Group 2. What is the energy going into the week, please? Energy going into the week for Group 2, please. Okay. So, we've got the 5 of Cups, the 6 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands. So I feel like you're carrying something over from last week. I feel like there was something that didn't work out or didn't get done from last week, and you're carrying that over into this week. You're starting off the week with kind of a ugh feeling. There's just you're kind of regretting or miffed that you didn't get all of this done last week because you had a lot that you wanted to get done this week. But you're starting off the week kind of already in a hole, and that's really putting a heavy burden on you because because you're, like I said, you're starting off the week already behind the 8 ball because you didn't get something done last week, or something didn't work out last week or something. So you're bringing that forward into this week. You're bringing energy from last week. You're bringing projects from last week. You're bringing unfinished business from last week into this week. So that's the energy that you're bringing into this week, or the energy that's going into your week. So Spirit, thank you for that message. And could we please get messages for the challenges that Group 2 might face this week? What challenges might Group 2 be facing this week? Okay. We got the Lover's card, we got the Two of Swords, we got the Strength card, and we got the Ace of Wands. Okay, so the challenges that you might be facing this week, and I believe there's a couple of different messages here. For one, there is some sort of, there may already be, or there may be coming up, some snafu or falling out with a relationship. This could be your relationship at home. This could be a significant other or a good friend, or this could be a relationship at work. But there's going to be something come up between you and another individual that you're in relationship with, that is going to require you to kind of choose sides in order to protect yourself. You're going to be put in a position of having to make a decision that you really are not comfortable with, that you don't like having to do. It could be, either choose me or choose this other person, or it could be, either stay home or go out. But if you go out, I'm not going to be happy about it. It could be, it might be something at work with your boss saying, you saying, I need to get my work done. And they might be saying, well, but this from last week is still hanging around, so you need to get that done. And you're thinking, but the week's going on regardless, so I've got to get that done too. So there's something that's going to cause, there's going to be a conflict with a relationship that you have that's going to require you to make a decision that's tough, a tough decision. That may be where the Strength card comes in here, that you're going to have to draw upon some inner strength to make this decision. We also got the Ace of Wands, and I'm not entirely sure what that's here for. Let's get some additional information on that. Spirit, please clarify, what is the Ace of Wands here for? What is that card here for? What is the Ace of Wands telling us about challenges that Group 2 might face this week? Ace of Wands, please. Okay, so you got the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords. Okay, the Four of Swords. Okay, so apparently this is all the same message. I'm still not sure where the Ace of Wands fits in. I think that the Ace of Wands is fitting in that whatever this decision is that you're being pushed to make by this other individual, you feel like it's unfair. You feel like they shouldn't be pushing you to make this decision. It's not fair for them, and it's not fair for them to put this strain on your relationship, because it is straining your relationship. The Four of Swords was what we got as a clarifier, and the Four of Swords basically is saying that you need to take some time to heal. So it might mean that you're going to have to step away from this relationship because of this, because the relationship, this other individual is forcing you to make a decision when you don't want to make a decision. You don't want to go either direction. You just want to say, hey, let's just move on. We'll come back and revisit that another time. It'll likely go away on its own. We don't have to deal with it right now. But this person is going to say, no, we've got to deal with it right now. That's what the Ace of Wands is saying. The Ace of Wands is saying we need to make a decision right now. They're going to push you to make this decision right now. They want an answer. They want you to make a decision. But you are thinking and telling them, no, I don't want to deal with this right now. Let's just table it. Let's set it aside. Let's put a pin in it. But they're not going to let you do that. They're not going to let you do that. So, So this is going to be a situation that is a little bit wounding to you, that's going to cause you some stress, some distress. You're going to be upset with this relationship. You might be, it might be something that you didn't see coming. You're surprised that this person would do this to you. All of that possibility. It's just something hard that this person is pushing you to do. But their energy is very fiery. I feel like they might be under the gun too. They might be being pushed by somebody else to push you to make this decision. So I think that's maybe what the Four of Swords is telling us, that when this does happen and you feel really wounded by it, step back and maybe just take some time away, even if that's just like getting up and going and having a snack in the break room if this is something at work, or going out and walking around the block. If this is a situation at home or something, take some time to step away from the situation. Let your heart calm down a little bit. Let yourself heal in the moment from this. Why would they do this to me? And get a clearer view of maybe there's something else that's bigger in the picture that's going on that is pushing them to have to push you. So that's the challenges that you might be facing this week. That's a challenge that might come up, Group 2. So what is help that Group 2 can tap into, Spirit? What help can Group 2 tap into this week? What will be there for them if they need help? These cards are big for my hands, so they're a little tricky to use. I love this deck, but I don't use it very often, because it's just a little cumbersome, but we'll get through it. So Spirit, what help is there for Group 2 this week? What help can they find? What help is there for them if they need it? Speaking of this deck being a little cumbersome and not getting any cards out here, let's just use a different deck, because I'm feeling like that's what this is telling me. We need to use this deck. Okay, Spirit, thank you. And what help is there for Group 2 this week? What help is available to them this week if they need it? Okay, so we got the Nine of Wands. We got the Justice card, and we got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the help that is here for you is that you are, I'm getting a really strong picture that you are a very calm, dependable, and kind individual. You are strong, you are patient, extremely patient. You're extremely patient. And so when this situation arises, you can step away and just let it run its course. You have the inner strength, and we did see the Strength card back here. You've got this inner strength. You've got this inner calm. You are, I just am getting this really strong feeling that you're that person that just keeps everything on the even keel. You're the person who calms everybody down. You're the person who handles anything that comes up. When everybody else is losing their minds, you're the one who says, hey, it's okay, I'll help you, or just calm down, do it this way, or let me take that off your plate. You're that person. So the help that's there for you is to tap into that inner strength of yours. Wow, I mean, this is such a strong feeling I have about you. You're the one who makes the hard decisions when everybody else is just going crazy. And so you can tap into that inner resilience even when this hard situation comes up. And this is going to be hard. This is going to be something that you never expected. It's really you almost feel wounded, because whoever is involved, this other individual that's involved, is just being like mean to you, basically. But you can tap into these inner reserves. You can step away, like we talked about here. Step back from the situation, kind of let things settle, let your heart feel better, let your heart get a little healing, and then you can tap into this resilience that you have, this strength, this inner strength, and just bring things back to a sense of calm and a place where you can see, if there's something else that's going on that's feeding into this decision, that's feeding into this behavior from this individual, that you're surprised that they're acting this way. So that's the help that's there for you this week. It's just your inner resilience, your inner calm, your perspective. You have a great perspective on things. You have a way to step back and look at the situation and understand it. So Spirit, thank you for that message. And where should Group 2 place their focus this week? Where should their focus be? Where should Group 2's focus be? Okay, we got the 7 of Discs and the 4 of Swords. And we had the 4 of Swords before. We had the 4 of Swords here. We've got the 4 of Swords again. So your focus this week is on the 7 of Discs is perseverance. The 4 of Swords is rest. So again, we're looking at this same message. Your focus this week is going to have to be on stepping back when you need to step back so that you can get your system back into a state of strength, of this inner calm that is your typical MO. That's where you need to focus this week. You need to focus on knowing when to step away and taking control of the emotion. I feel like you're not a particularly emotional person, and I don't mean emotional, not that you don't love people and that sort of thing. I mean like you're not a particularly reactive person. You don't fly off the handle. You don't get frustrated. You don't throw things. You don't hit things. You are the calm individual who just says, okay, let's just get through this. And so that is where your focus needs to be this week, is to know when to step back and bring in that inner calm, that knowledge of how to go on even through a hard situation, and how and being able to see that this is just a temporary situation, and that the bigger picture is that there's the same stability that there's always been. This is just a hiccup. So thank you, Spirit, for that message. And what should Group 2 avoid or shut down or shut out this week? What should they stay away from? What should Group 2 avoid or shut down this week? Stay away from. Got the 6 of Wands, and we got the 6 of Cups. Interesting. I feel like the message is more about sixes than the cards. So there may be something to do with the number 6 that you need to stay away from. And I don't know what that would be. If there's something that comes up and it has something to do with the number 6, and I don't want to, I'm not sure I want to bring this in, but it's I hear it in my head, that you want to avoid basically the devil, the 666. Not that I want to use that terminology, but this may be saying, this may be an indication, the 2 6s here, that what you want to avoid is getting trapped in your own self-perpetuating dialogue. If you're going over it in your head and trying to figure out why this person did what they did, and you're stuck in the same loop over and over and over again that's telling you that you must have done something wrong, or they're not the person that you thought they were, or just some message about you how did you miss this before? How did you not see this about this person? Is this person really somebody who you can't trust? Whatever the situation is, I think that's what this message is, that you need to not get stuck in that loop in your head. You need to avoid that. You need to avoid the self-talk that is getting you attached to the bad part of this situation, to the negativity in this situation. You need to break away from the negativity of this one small incident that just happened. Don't drag it out. Don't make it into a huge deal. Don't throw it back in someone's face later on. Don't look at it as this is their character. Don't make it a bigger thing than it is. It may very well just be something that they were under a whole lot of pressure all of a sudden, and in that moment, and then you may have come and said something to them that just kind of was the straw that broke the camel's back, and they may have snapped. They may have just snapped at you, or snapped something. Something may have just snapped inside of them. So what this message is telling you is, don't let that incident and the story that you're building in your mind about it, the knee-jerk gut reaction that you had to it, don't let that become something that keeps you from moving beyond this situation, and don't let that be something that keeps you, or that ruins this relationship, because I'm very much seeing that they may not even realize the impact that they had. In fact, I'm seeing that very clearly. They don't realize the impact that they have when they say whatever they say to you. But it does have a huge impact on you. But this is saying, avoid letting that impact, that knee-jerk reaction, that first impression, avoid letting that color how you see things from now on. So hopefully that makes sense. Spirit, thank you for that message. And what's the outcome for Group 2 this week? What is the outcome for their week, please? What is the outcome for the week for Group 2? This is not the cards that I need, sorry. What is the outcome for the week for Group 2, please? Okay. Okay, this is really pretty awesome. We got the Prince of Cups, we got the Four of Discs, and we got the Princess of Discs. So the outcome for the week is that, well, things are going to calm down for you. Everything's going to get back to your usual stable MO. Yeah, things are gonna they're going to even out, they're going to smooth out, and that's going to just feel a whole lot better. But you're gonna get caught up. Things are going to get done, and so that's good. And then also, because this happened, you're going to have kind of some more insight. It's going to give you some insight into this relationship that you have with this person. And I don't mean that you're going to say, ooh, I got to get out of this relationship. What it's really going to do is, you may have put this person on a pedestal, or you may have not seen some vulnerabilities that they had, which actually makes your relationship incomplete. And so by this situation happening, and then you working through it, taking some time to kind of give it more thought, to give some introspection to the idea, it's going to give you some insight into more about this individual, that's going to make the relationship ultimately richer, or at least more useful, depending on what this relationship is. It's going to expand the definition, per se, of the relationship. And it's going to give you some insight into this individual. It's going to give you some insight into the dynamic between you. And so that is actually going to be rewarding going forward. just because you're going to know this relationship a little bit better. So that's the outcome for your week. Things are going to work out fine. This relationship is going to mend. It's going to be fine. You're actually going to know a little bit more about this person going forward. You're going to have a little bit more compassion for them, a little bit more insight in how to deal with things, a little bit more insight maybe into what sets them off. And so kind of avoid that, or help them through it, or maybe help them to understand that or see that in themselves. So that's the reading for the week. Let's take a look at the oracle card that we pulled here and see what we got. We got the Central Sun, abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success. So let's take a look at the book here. See what it tells us. Okay, the Central Sun. Our sun is the center of our solar system. Solar being the key word. All the planets orbit it. We use this journey to measure time, space, and even our birthday. The sun helps us connect with our journey and see how far we've come. It is just far enough away to create the perfect conditions for Earth to become abundant with life. I don't need to read all of this. Sun is therefore a vital energetic vortex in the physical realm, but on a spiritual level, it is a portal of divine light that we connect with through the inner universe. It's a spiritual gateway representing the center of the multiverse, a sacred energetic portal that irradiates infinite inspirational light. Your message: the great Central Sun is shining brightly in your life and upon your world. This is a time to regenerate. Tiredness and old energy are being washed away. Old skins have peeled off to reveal a sacred and more aligned you. This is an exciting time. Central Sun energy is magnetic and all-powerful, opening you up to light and supporting you as you express your own light in this lifetime. New ideas, opportunities, and experiences come easy to you at this time. Like the sun kissing the perfectly ripe soil, the seeds you have planted are being encouraged to grow. Realize that in order to go beyond your horizon, it's important for you to welcome energetic exchanges. Energetic exchanges, like the exchange you're going to have with this individual. When you help others, you let yourself be helped in return. When you invest energy in projects, you let energy be invested in yourself. So, I think that's the central message of this oracle card for you, is that, there's going to be an energetic exchange here. You need to invest in that exchange. You need to, like I said, pull back, assess the situation, let yourself heal a little bit, and then dive back in. I think that's what this, this introspection card here is about. That you're going to be able to help the relationship, to help this other individual, to give back to that relationship because of this exchange. Even though this exchange is going to feel hard when it happens, it's going to feel painful, it's going to feel unpleasant, it's going to feel hurtful, but it's going to actually give you a chance to kind of see another side of this individual, see another side of this relationship so that it can grow. So that's your reading, Group 2. I hope this helps you with your week. It looks like your week is going to be fine. It looks like you're going to go through some tough stuff early on in the week. This may have already started. But it looks like things are going to be fine, and that's going to depend a lot on your resilience, because I feel like you're an incredibly resilient individual. I wish I worked with you, because I feel like you're the person who keeps everybody sane in the office, or keeps everybody sane at home, whatever it is. I wish that I had more interaction with you, because I really feel that. I really feel that you're an incredibly solid, strong, really wonderful, pleasant person to be around. So best of luck with your week, and I hope that it turns out good. I hope it turns out fine. And I appreciate you allowing me to do this reading for you, and I'm glad that you're here, and I hope that you come back again soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.